What's going on, honey? It's your girl, April Benet Sunshine, and we're cooking with sunshine, giving you the uncensored, uncut cooking show you can sip to. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so there'll be some more recipes you'd like for us to cook. We can do that for you. But today, we are making sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie. Okay, here we go, y'all. I can make a song out of anything. All right. So what you will need, you'll need refrigerated pie crust. The recipe is actually a recipe that I've kind of created in my head, and a few other my favorite cooks like Miss Smith B. And I put my own little stuff into it. I'm gonna give you a basic recipe. But the recipe calls for one 15-ounce package of refrigerated pie crust. I'm actually going to do tarts. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do tarts. So I basically purchased a package of tarts that had 8 in a pack, which to me equivalents to 2 pie crust. You can do the deep dish, whatever you choose. 4 medium sweet potatoes. You boil them and you peel them and you cut them. And I went ahead and did all that already. I pureed my potatoes. It also calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. So here's my sugar and stuff over here. It also calls for 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That's here. 1 stick of butter melted and cooled. So I've already melted and cooled my butter. And it's also gonna call for 2 large eggs. Here are my 2 large chicken boots here. And of course, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's get started. So make sure you preheat your oven at 400 degrees. Yes, 400 degrees. And we're gonna start from there. Some people cook their crust first. I'm not gonna do it because I have tarts, and we're gonna start from here. So here we go. So after that, you peel. After you boiled your potatoes, we've done all that, and you peel them, let them cool, and you take a measuring cup, 3 cups of your sweet potatoes mashed. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure in 3 cups of potato pie. Y'all, let me tell y'all something about sweet potato pie. Everybody does not like sweet potato pie. Some people mistake pumpkin pie for sweet potato pie. I don't know, but I'm telling you guys right now, I love my sweet potato pie. I've been making this pie for a very long time. I've had friends and family that would basically request this pie, and I used to make this pie for like 3 different families every year, but I had to stop because it gets tiring. But you know, hey, people love your stuff, you have to make it. Anyway, so I'm making these pies here. Make sure you scoop in your potato. Y'all see how I'm doing this? I basically like to just make sure I measure it to the T. Some people don't, but I'm just gonna measure it to the T. So there's your 3 cups of your mashed sweet potatoes. All right, you got that. And then after that, you're going to take your sugar. Here's your sugar. 1.5 cups. Okay. And you're going to take your nutmeg and your cinnamon. I also forgot to tell you guys, you've got to get your condensed milk. 1 can of condensed milk, okay? Something about this stuff just turns the pie into crack. Just letting you know. I like getting all of my ingredients out because this condensed milk will trick you if you think you got it all out. Some people use spatulas. Yes, it's 1 can, which is 14 ounces of canned sweetened condensed milk. So 1 can equivalents to 14 ounces. All right, then after that, you put in your butter. This is one of those recipes where you don't have to separate the dry ingredients from the wet ingredients. And I love it because that's just the part I don't like when it comes to baking. You're separating that. And then you're gonna take your vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Spread, I like to put my vanilla on the sugar. I learned that from my bestie. She's like the baking queen. I like to flavor my sugar. Yes. It just comes out better. All right, now we're gonna take our eggs and we're gonna break them. So my bestie, who is a baking queen, suggested that I break these into a separate bowl. And my grandmother did the same thing. She goes, you need to check your eggs before you use them. And it also keeps you from putting shells in your stuff. There we go. So I like to beat my eggs before I put it into the thing. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Did she use the same fork? Yeah, I sure did. It's all going into one spot, y'all. Don't roast me. See that? Beat those eggs, girl. Beat those eggs. All right. And you just dump all of that in there. Just like so. And then, as I get a napkin to wipe my hands, some people like to use the old school whisk or whatever. No, we're gonna just do a egg beater. Like so. Okay. Here we go. Beat all that in there. Gets beat up in there. Make sure it all gets beaten up in there. See, something's wrong with my beater, y'all. She's like, bitch, I don't want to stay. I'm like, bitch, you're gonna have to stay. It's uncensored and it's uncut. All right, so our oven is already preheated at 400 degrees. That's how we're gonna cook these pies. Make sure all that filling is off of there. I'm gonna go ahead and just eject that. All right, so let me get a spoon really quick. All right, here we go. Make sure this is all mixed up really good, and it is. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm gonna put this to the side for a second. And what you do now, if you have regular pie crusts, make sure they're already thawed and at room temperature. But I'm using tart, a little tart crust. So everyone will have their own individual pie. And you take a fork and you put holes at the bottom of your pie crust. I really don't know why you do this, but I do know in the past when I didn't put holes in the pie crust tends to bubble and cook out the shell. Is that why? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got my bestie here. She said she didn't want to say nothing, but I'm gonna make her talk to me. So that's why you would put the holes in the, okay.
Keep it from bubbling.
Keep it from bubbling. So make sure you put holes all around the sides. If you have a big pie crust, just, you know, I like to use 2 forks when I have a big pie crust to cut the time in half for using 1. But I'm just using 1 because this thing is just so small. All right, so after you do that, there are all my holes. Now I'm going to take my crusts and I'm going to fill these up with filling. Y'all see how simple that was? Like, we're almost done. Take your filling. See how quick this is? It's so much easier when they're smaller. And you basically bake this pie for approximately 30 minutes or until the center comes out clean. You can take a toothpick or a fork and just kind of stick it in the middle after 30 minutes to see if it's done.
Is that the same time for the tartlets?
For the tartlets, yes, when you put them all together,
Okay.
Because to me, it equates, if you use all of the tartlets that came in the container, it equates to 2 pies.
Compared to 1 big pie.
Compared to 1 big pie.
Okay.
But of course, you can, it depends on your stove or, your oven as well. So, we're gonna bake this off on a cookie sheet for about 30 minutes, and we'll be right back for the end results.
Where I eat them all.
Okay, you guys, here's the finished product. Here are all the delicious pies. And the baking queen is going to do a taste test. Which one are you going to do? This one?
This one. Give me a good little bite. Yum, yum.
Ooh-wee, that looks good.
Bring it up to my mouth and just take a bite.
Oh my God.
How is it?
Oh, shit.
Yes, y'all. And that, is it all flaky? It's still flaky and so good.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there you have it, guys. Sunshine sweet potato pie. Sunshine sweet potato pies, you guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And let me know what you guys think. Try this recipe and let me know how it turned out for you. Want me to take a picture of you eating it? See y'all next time. Bye.